Hello humans, my name is Fatu. Thank you for joining me on this next episode of This Could Be a Book podcast, where I read from my personal journals for public consumption for us to have honest, open, and hard conversations to heal traumas and to build a positive, well-rounded tribe on this ghetto-ass planet. Enjoy! Hello humans, I'm Fatu.
And I'm Dana.
Welcome to this installment of This Could Be a Book podcast, where we talk about healing, we talk about trauma, we talk about shenanigans, pretty much anything that we feel like discussing, because no matter what we're discussing, it's all therapeutic in efforts to better ourselves. So today, with the last couple episodes, we spoke on a little bit of heavy, and today our therapeutic discussion will be about
tattoos.
Because Dana wanted to discuss tattoos.
Tattoos and how therapeutic tattooing can be. This idea came about because during one of the podcasts, the card that we chose at that time, anonymous quote, "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." And we all thought that was an incredible tattoo. We all, meaning me, Fa, and our friendly neighborhood counselor, Miss Nixon, Tanya Nixon. So all three of us will be getting the tattoo here in the near future, possibly today. And so that just had me thinking about, man, we have a lot of tattoos. Like, do you get tattoos because it makes you feel some kind of way, or what is your reason for
How many tattoos do you have? Did you count them?
I actually did not count them, so let's see. As I count them, how many do you have?
Oh man, I probably have about, I did not count mine. All in all, probably at least 30, really and truly. I wanted to get tattoos because my older brother had them when I was younger, and he was my hero. He was like the person that I thought was the coolest thing on the fucking planet. But not just because he was cool beans, but because also he was the one person in my youth that if I told him somebody was doing something to me, he always defended me. But on the flip side, there are certain things I didn't tell him because I wanted him to be free in the free world and not, not off somebody. Because I'm pretty sure that could have been a possibility, and I didn't want that on my conscience, and I didn't want that for him. But he had tattoos. He rode motorcycles and all of that. So I wanted to be like that, or be like him. And so I think my first tattoo was either right before or right at 18.
You got it because everybody just has to get that 18-year-old tattoo?
No, my track team, someone knew someone who did tattoos like in their apartment, garage, or whatnot. And so one day, we're like, hey, let's go get tattoos. And so, am I gonna turn it down? No.
Where'd you get your first tattoo?
It's on my back. It was my last name. So even though you see one tattoo, it's actually two separate tattoos. So I just had like the Tisdale on my back. That was my very first tattoo.
My first tattoo, I can't remember. Was it the Crazy J or was it the Don't Judge Me, Forgive Me? Both of them are on my arm. I don't remember which one came first. Crazy J was my nickname in high school. Don't Judge Me, Forgive Me was definitely a trauma response. I had a really, really, really good relationship with my girlfriend at the time's mom, whose mom didn't know that we were together. And one of my basketball teammates told her, and then when she told her, then the mom just stopped talking to me into my cold turkey. And so, of course,
she didn't want that for her kid, but really for herself.
As a young teenager, that was very impactful in my life, and hence the reason for the tattoo. don't judge me for how I choose to live my life and or these days my sexual orientation, because that doesn't change the person that I am. But forgive me if it offends you, because that was never my intent.
I would apologize like the Sagittarius that I am. I apologize that you have a problem with how I'm living my life.
That's what's up.
On your behalf, but...
So now that I've counted, I have a total of 13 tattoos.
Okay.
Do you want any more outside of the one that we're getting?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, for a very long time, and it didn't go away, it just was suppressed for a while, for some years. But for a while, if I could, I would have probably my entire body covered in tattoos. It's like artwork.
It is.
It's like artwork, but also it's therapeutic. And so when I think about it in sense of, yes, I think that tattoos are fucking awesome. It is artwork because the people who do them are very talented and that's their craft. And we are basically walking murals of their craft. Whether you go to one person specifically or you go to different people. And tattoos also can be meaningful as far as why you get them and where you get them, the placement of them. But also, after I started getting them and I was already loving them, what made me fall in love with them was the actual pain. Because when I realized when I was on my hiatus from getting tattoos, and I would crave to get them was when I was really sad. Not that I can't get them at any time, because I can, but when I crave to get one is because I feel really bad, I feel really low. And not only do I need that feeling of the needle, but also the sound is very calming to me. I know some people have gone away from that sound, but that was really when I got a lot of my tattoos. It was for calming reasons. I think there's 1, 2, out of all the tattoos I have, there's only 2 that don't really mean anything. And I got it, one I got because it was free. And so even though I don't like it, I never complain about it. And unless I show it to you, you don't see it. And then the other one I got because I thought it looked cool. It's like a tribal tattoo on my ankle, and on the inside in Chinese it says love. And I got that one because the tribal really didn't mean anything. I thought it was cool when I got it. On the inside where it says love, that's what my grandmother used to call me. And so that's what that represents. That was the first tattoo that I got that actually meant something. Now, whenever I get a tattoo, even though sometimes I'm not strategic about the placement, it's always for a reason. It means something to me. Unfortunately, I do have a couple that are, I think it's just one so far. Just one so far is for someone who passed away. But other than that, they're all purposeful. Because at the end of the day, when you're walking around showing people your mural, if that's what you choose to do, show them. If somebody may ask you, what is that for? And you could say, oh, it's for nothing. It could be cool as hell and it doesn't mean anything. For me, only speaking for me, it kind of diffuses the beauty of it. So you just thought the picture was cool and you put it on your body like it didn't represent anything?
It just represented coolness.
I don't know, but that's just me. You and everybody else may think something different, but that's just me. And only because now that I'm very purposeful about what I get, where I get it. In getting this tattoo, Dana was trying to figure out where we could get the tattoo in the same place.
Yes.
And there's not many
options.
No, it's not many options. First of all, it's not many options because this arm is almost covered.
Yeah, but first of all, there aren't many options because the places that Tanya would want to get hers are limited. So that takes us to only a subset of options. And then the fact that you have many tattoos in places already makes that list even smaller. And then because I'm extremely purposeful with the placement of my tattoos, like I have love and loyalty, and I have love because love's on the left side where your heart is located, and loyalty is on the right side because I just thought love and loyalty be dope tattoos. And so my placement.
I have love on my body twice.
What love?
Yeah, I have love on my body
It's on
twice.
your mind.
I have the one on my ankle, and then the one right here. That I don't think people, unless you're staring at me, would really even see.
No, people see it.
I don't think it's noticeable. Sometimes I forget it's there, and I see me every day.
Babe,
Anyway,
you're bald headed.
so
Both of your tattoos here are noticeable.
okay. What about the other side?
Is it noticeable? Yes.
It's not noticeable to me. Anyway, I
Because
know
it's
that.
on you.
Yeah.
So you see it less and less unless, you're in the mirror or doing something. People that are looking at you, however,
Tell me, looking at me.
see it.
What's the most meaningful tattoo that you have? Other than the one that you've already mentioned.
There's and that one isn't the most meaningful. The most meaningful tattoo that I have is all 13. All 13 mean something.
Right, but which one? If somebody came to you and said, you got to get rid of all of them except for one, which one would you keep? She's thinking while she's thinking. To be honest, I would get rid of one. There's one I know.
This one?
Yes.
But see, I don't have one that I would want to get rid of. I don't, because
That's still an answer.
They all tell my part of my story.
Yeah.
And like you were describing, like I get an adrenaline rush when I'm explaining, and sometimes I don't even realize that I get excited explaining my tattoos and what they mean. I have absolutely no idea when I started saying that I am the standard by which all men shall be judged. But I thought this star tattoo on my hand would be so cool. But I knew, or shall I say I know now, that the person who gave me the tattoo, sorry, it's see my lash here, you can't see it. The person who did the tattoo was a beginner because I'm trying to remember if I was told, but I don't think I was told that because this is my right hand, so I'm right-handed. So this is my dominant hand. I'm always using my hand, and it's right here and close to the crease of my hand. One of the actual top of the star was in the crease of my hand, but over time it went away because I used my hand so much. So that's why I say I can't remember if this guy, I think he was a beginner that did that because he would have advised, like when I got ready to get this Ubuntu tattoo, I am because you are, the guy was explaining to me about the position. He was just like, you have to be careful where you place it.
And he was just starting out.
Yeah, don't place it on my left arm because that's where I wear my watch, and so over time my watch band is gonna make it fade.
Shout out to Forever Tay, because he's the one who did it. He's the one who did this one. And I had one on my finger, but
somebody had some long dreads at the time.
And
I didn't say any names.
And I was taking care of them.
Assisting with the apple cider vinegar, baking soda detox.
We're going to be serious today.
Yeah, we are being serious. I'm just saying, that was just the
No, I'm just playing because you get me started and I'm not going to stop.
Whatever. So yeah, I was doing a detox in my hair and we didn't know to wear gloves.
Well, I forgot to put on gloves because technically I should have put on gloves anyway. But I wasn't thinking. I think we were just going through the motions. Anyway, the tattoo is now gone except for like a little thing here. So I have to get it redone. I do want to get a tattoo here. I just don't know what I'm gonna get, but I already have the 3 dots, and I just totally forgot about that one tattoo that I had the 3 dots right there. I'm gonna live my life how I live my life. You're gonna live your life how you live yours. Boom. And then we're gonna get along. Period. Bottom line, the end.
Boom.
Yeah. I think when we met, not physically, but like when we first started communicating, I got a tattoo. I got my butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
I got my butterfly tattoo. One, because I love butterflies. I think they're beautiful.
Are you able to show said tattoo? Oh, okay. Can we see it?
Can you see it? Can you see it?
You stretching the shirt. Good job.
That's okay. I got this particular one, so I wanted to do a butterfly because I feel like I have been cocooning for so long that I'm gonna basically turn into a butterfly and fly and my wings and beautiful and all the other kind of things. But the other half are the flowers that grow in darkness. So out of darkness, I still bloomed, and so that's what I took from that, and so that's why I got that particular tattoo.
That's what you took from what?
Getting those two put together.
Okay.
You know, that out of the darkness I bloomed into, and I'm still blooming. So, the colors could change, but that's gonna stay. I remember when I got my first color tattoo, because most of my tattoos are black. People who don't know me, which is a lot of people and everybody in the world, I have a very, I don't even know how to explain it. My personality, even though I can be colorful and loud and I like to live in color, I still have a very dark, there's still darkness to me. And so if I could wear all black every day, I would be happy. I love sitting in darkness. That's just what it is. It's comforting, but also you can hide in darkness, and so it's all trauma response, correct? But most of my, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just thinking and talking at the same time, which is bad business. But most of my tattoos, of course, are black, not just because the ink are black, because I could have gotten color and been colorful. For a long time, I did not realize that, number one, that black people could get color tattoos. That because I thought that it may look pretty for a while, but that it would fade.
Yeah.
The first color tattoo that I got was for my twin flame when she passed away, because she loved Marvin the Martian. And I always think about the time during track when we went to Disneyland. I'm not going to tell that story because of other reasons. But she calls me Mickey. So like her kids, Jackson and Journey, shout out, call me, Auntie Mickey or Aunt Mickey or just Mickey. And it's for Mickey Mouse, because I used to be covered in Mickey Mouse. When we'd be getting ready for track meets, I don't like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt, Mickey Mouse boxers and socks and all of that until I took my clothes off and was naked running. But I'm gonna digress back to the tattoos. I got the Marvin Martian on the inside, and it's green and yellow, and it's held up quite lovely. The guy who did the tattoo told me that it's probably gonna fade and I'm gonna have to continue to get it redone because, black skin doesn't hold, the pigmentation doesn't hold the color. Maybe true for some people, for some tones, but for me, it's still flossies. So I said that to say the last tattoo that I got, which was the most painful tattoo I've ever gotten, I typically like that. I think that it only became painful once really it's the placement. So certain places hurt, but it was still tolerable. It was the shading that did me in. like literally tears, and it was cold as shit. So then it was like two factors together. But she told me when she was coloring the eyes on the owl that the color probably won't fade. Did you hear when she was the color will fade? And she said, and it's the same reason because, you know, Black people, sometimes the color will fade. It doesn't stay. It's not as vibrant as lighter skin tones or whatever. Wrong again. It stayed. Well, I may be ashy, y'all. And I don't think I could pull my... Oh, I'm ashy, so you can't see. I'm sorry, y'all. Should put some... This is the one that hurt. It's an owl. So the eyes, when I'm lotioned up, still orange, and it's still orange. Still orange. I have words. I only have one so far tattoo in English, and that is the my grandson's name and his date of birth with the infinity. Everything else is in Arabic or the one Chinese. Do you have any words other than English or any?
Nope. My fear was I'd be asking for love and you wrote dog.
Or that's okay. So that's another thing, I guess that I will ask. When you get different languages. Are you asking the person in the tattoo shop, or are you asking someone, or are you researching yourself?
So the thing is like with like you have one that's like, oh, move your sleeve for me, please. So is this a word or a sentence?
It's a sentence.
So depending upon how, so did you see this exactly like this? Oh, my bad. Did you see this exactly like this when you decided that's what you wanted? And somewhere where you saw that, it said, this could be a book under this symbol?
I don't know, because that's not, this could be a book. But in essence, yes. Well, I looked it up to find out what it meant. And then I asked someone who actually spoke the language to read it. And they read what it said. I did not... like print out with the words under it. I printed out what this looked like and asked them to read it to me. The one that's up here, I got literally out of the Quran. The one up here. But no, anything else. I don't go for, and when I mean someone who reads it, not like you, my homegirl. Someone who has been basically speaking Arabic for a long time, that there's like a trust factor there, that I know you're not going to tell me the wrong thing. But also, I'm not going to give you the word and what it says translates to in English, because I want to know if I give this to you and you have no idea that I want this tattoo, like what I want this for, and then you tell me that that's what it is, then okay, I know. Because sometimes Googleisha can steer you wrong.
Before the internet usage that we have now, so the words tattoos, Chinese, and all these other languages were very big when I was young in high school, and so then is when I thought about getting something of a different language. And that was my reasoning for not getting it.
What about now?
Now, I haven't even thought twice about getting a tattoo that's not a language other than mine. Why? I have absolutely no idea. But it's never crossed my mind, ever. Like, that's how I felt about it then. And I guess I just never saw anything that was of a different language that I wanted to get. I mean, I could have...
So there's not... So for me... when I think about getting something in a different language, it's not that I saw it and I wanted it. It's I thought about this is what I want, so now I'm going to go find out how it's written.
Right, but...
you never thought about anything?
But the thing is that Arabic means something to you, right? Because that is the initial genre of the Quran, right? So... outside of Hebrew means something to me. It was when I would dissect the Bible, but outside of that,
would you get a Bible verse on you? Or a quote, a biblical quote? Probably not.
I'm just thinking of my favorite Bible verse. Do nothing from. I literally just went blank, and I literally just said the thing on.
She'll think about it.
Do nothing from selfishness or with empty conceit, but exalt others as more important than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But with humility of mind, exalt others as more important than yourself. Hamburger. This has been my favorite verse for more than 25 years, and I couldn't remember it straightforward because I literally had just said it. Ironic. Anyways, moving right along. That's a lot of words, and because I know how tattoos feel, and I'm not into the pain game. I think I do like this. Now, as you speaking about that, I think it is calming and relaxing. But just the pain of it, and to know that you have to go over that at least 2 times. At the least.
At minimum, yeah.
2 times. I don't know if I just want to sit through all of that. Because this tattoo that we're getting has how many words?
I don't know, but I want to try the way of the ink with the.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Yeah, I can see you wanting to try it.
I'm trying to think of, is there anything else outside of what I currently have and have on my body and in a folder on my phone, because I have a folder on my phone of tattoos that I want. Mm-hmm. The one that is going to what's going to cost me the most, and that probably just need a side job to get it done, really is my leg sleeve and my back
sleeve. The fact that it's a sleeve is a.
But it's because but also it's not just because of sleeve, it's the actual sleeve. So I know that you and I have talked about it before, maybe not in great details, but my leg sleeve, I have been saving pictures of, because I can be a weirdo, of aliens or, creatures that I just happen to see, whether it's online or I'm Googling and looking at different things. And so there are certain ones that for some reason I have kept forever. And then the concept of the leg tattoo is me meeting people who either represent to me that alien. Like I could see that on their home planet, this is what they look like. Because you know how I can get. Or facially look like. Because I've seen people out and about in life and think, man, that face would be good on that tattoo because it looks the same. So I have a concept of what I want my leg sleeve to look like. And really, it's the aliens, creatures that I've saved, but with people that I know and that I care about, their face on it, because that shit matches. It just matches, and I thought, man, that shit is gonna be so flossy. I don't know whose would be the best. I'm not sure. Who would be the favorite? It also started because in addition to getting this tattoo for Defana, there's a picture that I've had in my phone of a tattoo so long that even before she passed away, I was like, man, her face would be perfect on that. And so the very first concept started with that. So the picture that I have, but it will be her face. And then I just built from there. Just one day I happened to be going through, my millions and millions of pictures that I have. And then I created the folder. And so In that folder, every alien, with the exception of maybe 2, will have it will be someone's face that I know. I mean, yours is on there. You've seen it. And then when you saw it, did it not resemble you or identify? No?
Let me see.
Oh, jeez Louise. It has pointy ears.
I don't have pointy ears.
It has pointy ears.
Do I have pointy ears?
You could.
I should, I would. However, come.
So what do you think about that?
I think that's pretty cool. I love to hear people's stories about their tattoos. Again, I like to see them light up because they're giving their stories about their tattoos. Somebody has a tic-tac-toe tattoo because they used to play tic-tac-toe with their grandfather.
That's bomb.
And then the tic-tac-toe has like all the X's and O's on the outside, but in the middle there's no symbol, because when the grandfather was going through chemo, man, I wish I would have knew who this was. It was a pretty interesting story to hear, pretty cool, pretty dope. When he lost his hair, they would play tic-tac-toe on paper or anything that they could find, right? But when he lost his hair and he went bald, they played tic-tac-toe on his head. And so they played tic-tac-toe on his head until he died. And then he or she got that tattoo. I think I know who it is, but I'm not certain that it's that person, so I don't want to say that person. But I thought that was pretty cool. So, but then again, the reasoning was it continues to keep him alive, because every time somebody asks me about the tattoo, not only do I get to explain the tattoos, but I have a rush of memories of having memories that come, storming through my mind when I think about that. And so I'm like, man, that's dope. Like that. Yeah, that's why I get tattoos.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, when I said previously how it diminishes the beauty, because if I ask you, you'd be like, oh, it's just a cool tattoo. Okay. Like, I like to hear about why people get tattoos. I know sometimes people think that I'm weird, because if you have tattoos, like we are out and about, I will stare, like, and not because I think that something is wrong, but I'd be like, man, that shit is flossy. Oh, there's only been a couple times that I've actually said something to someone.
But that's a story as well, like how you say that, you're not really fond of people who get tattoos that are just pictures, and then they be like, well, I just got it just because I thought it was cool. That lets you into the lens of what they think beauty is.
True. I didn't think about it that way. But still,
if you get something weird and you're like, man, why you get that out, man? I thought that was cool. It's like, oh, okay, that's
the one that's gonna hurt the most is the back tattoo.
Back tattoo? I think so.
Have I shown it to you? I'm gonna put the pictures on so that you guys can see. I won't put the faces of the people, but I will send the tattoos. So like at the end, you guys can see the tattoos that I plan on getting.
Cool.
The one on my back is going to be of Sharif.
A full tattoo of a person?
It's not a full person.
What is?
But it's basically him. It's just like an upper body. So it's not like when you look at him and you see him. It's an image that I saw one day. I was scrolling and I saw it, and I was just like, that reminds me of my kid, and his face would fit perfectly on it. So you
want to get that tattoo to cover your back?
It may cover, it may not. That I have not decided on. Okay. Whether it will be the whole back or side of it, and I say that because I still want to get this one changed into a phoenix.
So what makes you want to get a tattoo representation of your kid, as you call him?
As my kid? Because he's the bomb.com. And I love him more than I love me. And if I'm representing people that I love on my body, he should be represented. You know, his name was the first name that I got tattooed in Arabic.
In Arabic.
Yeah, it's on my shoulder over here. Well, can I show you? I'm ashy, y'all. I'm gonna put some lotion on and take pictures because the ashiness is. And I put coconut oil on this morning. Anyway, I said all that to say is that I have so many tattoos coming down the pike that I want, and I'm planning to get some of. I know that even though it started off my love of tattoos because my brother had them, and I wanted to be cool like him because I thought that that would be cool. That made me think of a funny story. I'll come back and tell it. To knowing that it is when I'm in pain to make me feel better. So it also made me, in that time period that I was not getting tattoos, made me really depressed to not be able to get them. Because that was an outlet, but it also forced me to deal with what I'm dealing with and not just saying I'm gonna get a tattoo or I feel better and it's done, because that doesn't mean that I actually dealt with how I felt. That just meant that I locked it in a compartment and I locked it in that tattoo, and then I don't have to deal with it anymore instead of working through
That's
it.
what I was gonna say. So when you look at the tattoos that you got during your sad moments, do they take you back to that state of sadness? Do they remind you of that sadness? Does the sadness replay itself?
No, not really. No, when I think about it, no. And I think it's because I choose not to. But at some point, I'm going to have to unlock it and be rid of it, because just like everything else I stuffed, it's going to come up and out at the most inopportune time. So I have to I'm being very strategic at this moment in my life about what I am going to deal with and work through, instead of just laying it all out and then trying to figure out where to go, whatever that mood is. And I know that it's from something that happened. I'm going to deal with that until I'm not going to deal with it, like I'm done and I'm not really healed from it, because I know that's going to take a moment to heal, but I am not, it doesn't take me back to the state of depression. So then I can move on to the next thing and then to the next thing, and then, to keep it going. But this one right here, this I was not built to break. That's definitely, I got that out of a trauma, because at that moment I was fighting for me, fighting for my life, literally, because I'm in the process of coming up with a plan to not be here anymore because I'm just tired. And I think it's not the same person, so never mind. I was trying to think of his name who did the tattoo. He came to the house and did it. But yeah.
Shout out to all the tattoo artists out there.
Yeah.
With you saying that, I don't know why. I randomly remembered Courtney. Courtney was one of my agents when I worked at a call center in Tyler, Texas. Shout out to Settling Communications and Courtney. There was actually Courtney and another young man who had some beautiful drawings that they would draw when they weren't on the phone. And one day Courtney just randomly asked me would I get a tattoo of something she drew, because I was appreciating one of the pictures that she was drawing. She was like, would you get a tattoo of this? And I was like, yes, that is dope. And I was just like, you know what? Hey, can I have it so I can get a tattoo of it? And she said, yeah. And then the guy, I wish I could remember his name now. Unfortunately, I'm unable to remember his name. He was a young man who unfortunately committed suicide, but you would never know that he was going through what he was going through. He had such a beautiful soul. But when I told Courtney that I would get her tattoo, he was just like, "Why you won't get a tattoo of what I be drawing?" And I'm like, "Man, I definitely get a tattoo of what you drawing too." And I say, "You gonna draw me something?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start drawing you something."
And it's not came to fruition.
Yeah, that was right before either Thanksgiving or Christmas break. It was that Friday that we left to go, and he passed away. On my way home back to Houston, I got the call that he had shot himself in the parking lot of Suddenly with a in the parking spot that I always park in, because you know I'm too good. I don't like to park my vehicle in the front. I want to park in the back and walk. And he was a bow and arrow gun.
Why?
Thing.
No one knows why he didn't leave a
Yeah,
note?
he said because the Republicans and his ex-girlfriend. He wrote he left a suicide note, and his family was strong enough to have that available for everyone to read at his no, it was
memorial?
A memorial service, yeah. That was extremely interesting, but it was exhausting and draining beyond the words, you guys. It was in this photo album. I know we're getting off a tangent, but I guess it's meant to talk about since I'm thinking about it. It was in this photo album, and everybody was like, you know, the suicide note is in the book. And I walk up to the book, and I'm like, I don't want to touch it. I don't need them suicidal spirits to transfer. And then I was just like, I gotta read it, because you know there's the always what if, and nobody that read it would tell the people who hadn't read it what it said. I guess it was just, you know, just to know. And like when you read stuff that certain people wrote, you read it in their voice, and it probably made them feel some kind of way, because everybody that read it would be going outside. So, you know, it's not like you go outside, man, what that said? And that's rude too. So eventually I went to the restroom and I prayed. And I was like, Lord, don't, you know, cover me. Don't let these spirits transfer. Keep my heart safe and secure as I read this.
Wait a minute. What else was in the book besides the
pictures when he was young, and just like pictures of him, things that he had did, awards that he had won. Again,
he
art.
was young?
Very young. I don't even think he was 20. He had to be like 18, 19, maybe 20. Yes, definitely. Things that he had drew, poems that he had written. He was extremely artistic. And I did read it. And again, I remember it was Republicans and a girlfriend, but I think it was 3 things. I do know that he wrote that he knew that he would die this way.
Really?
Which was interesting. Yeah, he said that he always knew that he would die by suicide. So, you know, of course, I'm like, hey, how long, you know, when did he start having these thoughts? And for you to know that you would die this way, like, man, how long did you contemplate it? But in talking to him every day, and, you know, you would never know.
I think people don't pay attention.
Or
they may realize, but because it doesn't really affect them.
Yeah, we're so selfish.
When you first met me, did you realize that I was depressed as I was?
No, of course not. In the beginning, but the more I got to know you, the more I thought that you were, and then I began to think, man, she's strong to be going through all this shit going through. And then I heard some other stories, and I'm like, God, oh, that's some she-woman strength right there. Then I'm like, whoa, that's a Wonder Woman strength. And I'm like, that right there is only a strength that God can provide.
Of course.
I don't know a lot, but what I do know is I do not know if I would have survived that.
Really?
Man, look here. Everybody's story is their story for a reason, because the Lord say he won't put more on you than you can bear.
That's true.
And sometimes you look at other people in their stories and you like, man, I could wear that backpack. I could put them shoes on. But baby, when I say some people make trauma and tragedy look good.
I was not built to break.
Yeah. Definitely Ford tough.
But definitely didn't realize that getting tattoos took that different toll of the reasoning, which makes me feel really great, so to speak, because at this moment in time, there's only one tattoo that I'm getting that makes me sad to get.
Yeah.
And that's the tattoo that I'm going to get right here for Brandon.
Makes you sad.
Because he's no longer with us, so yeah.
It's a funny to make you sad.
What do you mean?
The tattoo didn't make you sad.
Are you serious?
I'm asking a question because you said that's the only one that made you sad.
No, I said the only one that's coming up that's going to make me sad.
Okay.
That's going to make me sad. I actually dozed off while they were doing her tattoo. I did not realize at that moment in time how broken I was. I was just going about life, and actually it was Sharif asking me if I was okay, and I'm like, yeah. And he was like, you don't seem like yourself. For me to really realize, and that was the first time that I went to therapy, because I actually was so gone and so sad. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now about it, that like even when I went to work, somebody did something and I yelled at them. And typically when people piss me off, I just stop talking to them. Unless it's work related, and if I can send it in an email, that's how I'm going to talk to you. I don't have to have verbal. But I think at that moment, it was double triggering. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that I am triggered about is when you lie on me. And not that I'm going to, and that comes from, of course, we talked about how my brother used to do it all the time when I was younger. So I don't like that. I do enough shit on my own. I don't need nobody to lie on me. And she had done something and said that I did it and tried to get her in trouble. That was like the sense of the base of the conversation. I'm just like basically, why would I do that? Like, I realized the disassociation that I have is so real that I think that it's so exhausting to sit and plot and plan about, I'm going to do this so this person gets in trouble, when I could just do it and do it correctly because it's your job task. Well, am I doing, first of all, the problem is I'm doing your job task. So let's start with that. I'm having to clean up your mess. I'm not going to mess it up and then have to clean it up just so you get in trouble. No. I'm already triply overworked anyway. And I shouldn't have to clean up your mistakes. So it was like a spiral at that time. And if I could have went and got a bunch of tattoos, I would have.
Your damn head just broke. Your
Man.
emotional damn head broke. I don't have any emotional damn tattoo.
Because you're not an emotional person. But I think that, let me rephrase. You don't outwardly show your emotions. I think everybody has emotions unless you're a sociopath. But you have not had, that I'm aware of, anything tragic that has happened that would make you just pause in your life. Now, as an adult, as a child, of course, we know what that is. But in your life, even when talking about the tattoo, and a lot of times, even when I'm putting lotion on, I pause when I get to it, and I get really sad. I think about her all the time. When I'm going through something dumb, I think about her. When I think about something funny, I think about her. But I don't talk about her often, just randomly. If you bring up the subject, when I think about people that I've gotten into a discussion with about her, other than like her children, or like my kid. If I know that you, not really that you wouldn't understand, but if you've not gone through it, you don't know how tragic it is that you have at least one person who knows you. And you know, I don't open up to a lot of people. I don't open up to anybody, really. I mean, in the sense of there has to be something within you that tells me that you're a safe person for me to really open up and really talk about some things, about how I feel. And if I know that you've not gone through that type of trauma, I don't really talk to you about it. I haven't really discussed her with you. The one time that we did try to, you wanted to talk about it. I just couldn't. I have to be in a right mindset. I don't even on the anniversary of her death is a super sad day. And I think 2021, COVID was 2020, right? So 2021 was the first time that I did something on the day. And not that many years had passed, but the year before, I did nothing. Like, I just sat in my room in the dark all day. I don't even think I ate that day. And then that's when I went to Galveston to watch the sunrise and kind of talk to her. And then the next year I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to go to work. You know, if I keep busy, the day will go by, go by fast. But to be honest, not a day goes by that I don't think about her or talk to her. Just like my grandmother. When I think about the importance of what those two people meant in my life, I think about them. Not a day goes by that I don't think about them. I don't have a tattoo of my grandmother, but she called me love, and one of the first tattoos I got was that. But this one right here was definitely when I was thinking about her. When I think about someone who loves me unconditionally, it's my kid. You know, there's just always a representation of either someone who means a lot or someone, has passed away. But now that I think about it, and even though it's still off kind of subject, even though we're talking about tattoos, when I think about it, there's only been two people that I've actually engaged into a conversation since it's happened, that I've engaged in a conversation about it, and I knew that they understood where I was coming from. And so it was a minute of, ooh, because even though you know you're not alone, unless people are talking about it, you feel like you're alone in that pain. And I know that I'm not alone in the pain, because there's a whole village of people that still to this day is devastated and will forever be devastated, lives changed and everything. But two of the alien tattoos will be one with Jackson's face and one with Journey's face. I already have them in. Got them locked. If you could get a tattoo right now that reminded you of your Abba, do you know what that would be?
Probably get a teapot.
You like tea?
We used to have a tea party every Saturday when I was a kid, so I'd get a teapot. I thought that's what you were gonna ask. That's what I was thinking. Is there a spot that you would like to get a tattoo, but you won't get a tattoo?
No.
So you would pretty much get a tattoo anywhere.
Anywhere I want. Mm-hmm.
On your face?
I told you the other day I wanted a face tattoo, but I kind of have it.
No, I'm talking about face.
Like on my face? No, I wouldn't. I told Sharif I would burn it off of his face if he got it. But I don't know. I kind of thought about getting a little something, maybe like around here or something. But I don't know. I don't want to mess with this. I already have problems with this. I think it would take a toll on me in the sense of I probably would try. It wouldn't just be one, because I'd be trying to cover up what I don't like. So I probably would stay away from it. So I will change my answer to I won't get a face tattoo, and that's the reason why. Not because I'm worried about getting a job or whatever, whatnot. It's because if I already have a problem with what I look like, I think that I would try to cover it up.
I would not get a face tattoo. I don't think
I wouldn't even ask you that.
I don't think they're cute. I mean, I think the little side tattoo is dope, but then when you get to writing on the edge up, and especially like
I saw somebody got by their eyebrow that said loyalty.
Yeah,
it was big though. If it was small, it probably would have been really flossy, but because it was big.
Nah, I'm cool.
I know people get beauty marks tattooed on. What about piercings?
Yeah. I mean, I have piercings.
Where is there a place? Well, I know you have the nose.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get the other side done. Anywhere else you want to get pierced, like your ear?
No, my ears are so small. I had 3 holes at one time, and these 2, the middle and the top, are now closed. I probably. No, I don't see myself having this at like 60, 70.
Like, right here?
Yeah, the top.
I would, but I have the same problem that you have, and I think it would look funny is that my ear is small. Because even my gauges, when I think about, if I go anything bigger than this, which I would love to do, my ear is so small that it would not look good.
That's what made me take it out. I was like, my ears are too small for that.
So no, the little size that you had was, but I always say everything on me is little, so it just matches. So that's that.
So, are your piercings a trauma response, or you just think they dope?
I just think they're dope.
That's what's up.
Just think that they're dope. What about you all out there? I will apologize. We got caught up in the conversation. I should have been reminding y'all every 5 minutes that this could be a book podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Please follow me on all of my social media platforms, which is Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Of course, follow me here on YouTube to watch the videos. Wednesday is my drop day. So I apologize for not reminding y'all, but I'm telling you now. Like, comment, subscribe. This could be a book podcast. Let me know how you feel about tattoos. I will send some pictures so they can be uploaded so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. The tattoos that are coming in the future, but I will not put the faces on there because then at some point when I get them, even if it's 1 by 1, which is probably 1 by 1, and not the leg all at one time, but you can see this is the picture and this is the person. So
cool.
I'm even getting me tattooed on, and Mazzy, and you of course. But then what about you?
I got a lot of tattoos coming down the pipe. I'm excited about.
Would you get anyone's face?
I don't really like face tattoos because it can go wrong so fast. Because some of them face tattoos be looking like who.
That's why you have to go to someone who is
like,
excellent in portraits.
I
know who I used to want to tell me all the time is Kent Von D.
That's what's up.
She does some bomb ass portraits. Man.
I don't know if I want a face on me though. So,
but I'm a little much of a brave daredevil.
Yeah. So people that don't like tattoos, tell us why you don't like tattooing, and those that do. Do you like faces and portraits? And if you do, why? If you don't, let us know.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite tattoo?
Of you?
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. I was asking them what their favorite tattoo is and tell us, but what is your favorite tattoo that I have?
I think it's just this one because it was the first one, and I thought it was so dope. And how you were laying.
Oh yeah.
In the picture.
Yeah.
So I just think the whole picture is dope, actually. So the tattoo is included.
You're
in
biased.
that. To that tattoo, no, because
Biased
most people would think that it's outlet is the tattoo that I like the most because it's me. But it's not. I think it's dope.
No, that didn't even come into mind.
Oh, so what's your favorite tattoo of mine?
The one that I have no idea what it is. Open your arm this way.
That one?
No, it's one that looks like no. Where is it?
I'm just saying. What are you talking about?
I thought you had one that something similar to this, but more in here. No. Okay, then I take it back. That's not it. Where else do you have a tattoo that I can't see right now?
And I didn't even include this tattoo. It's the heart makes it 14 because I said 13.
Yeah, I like that one. But I could have sworn you had one that it just looks off kilter.
This the only one that's off
that
kilter.
One, I'll take it, but that's not it. Okay. I really love the love and loyalty though.
Yeah.
I would say Ubuntu because it has meaning. Not that they all don't have meaning. But I swear I'm gonna go study now.
But I'm like really, really, really stoked about this tattoo that we are going to get. It's so crazy because I even like just reading it, you guys. Every day I take a moment and I'm like, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. I just think that's dope.
It is. Can you tell us before we have to sign off because we're kind of over time, where you're going to get that tattoo?
Oh yeah, I am going to get it diagonally from here, from this tattoo, diagonally 2 lines going across like that.
Oh, that's kind of close to Magosi's. Okay.
Yeah. Where are you gonna get yours?
I have absolutely no idea.
Thank you guys for joining in on tattoos, therapy, and trauma.
And amongst some random stuff as well, because we like randomness. What I do love, and I love that we talked about tattoos and we went random. I want you to know that, I do appreciate you being on the podcast. Don't make me take it back. Because it allows me to be calm and kind of slow my words. But also because I consider you part of my lifeline. And so it's helpful to have love sitting next to me when I'm talking about things that I wouldn't necessarily normally talk about, especially not being filmed and put online. So I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of this and helping me and not just sitting here and having a conversation because we have conversations. We can have these conversations anytime, but being here for me, and I really appreciate it. I'm all about giving people their flowers. That's my new thing for 23.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just really randomly want to just text people and say, I love you, but then people are like, you're weird.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I consider it one of the highest honors in this life to be a safe space for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for tuning in to
This Could Be a Book
podcast. And then how do you spell it for people who are looking for us?
THICUDBABOOK.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Hope the conversation was helpful. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. But subscribe, comment, like, comment, subscribe. Either order, just get them all done. Peace. Thank you once again for tuning in. If this is your first video, please stay and watch them all. If you've been here, thank you. Stay and continue on this journey with me. I hope that the words spoken on this podcast reaches whoever needs to hear them. I will leave you with this reminder that I tell myself daily. Verily with difficulty comes ease. We will all have our days or seasons that will range from pitch black to sun-ass bright. What we can do to ease our heavy thoughts on those dark days is remembering that at any given second, the sun will come out. Stay positive, rebuke negativity, and keep living. Until next time, my name is Fatu. This is This Could Be a Book podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube under the username THIZCUDBABOOK. This could be a book. Bye, human.